Welcome to the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Winding down early signing day. Not a whole lot of fireworks today. Not a whole lot of activity. Did add some nice pieces the last week or so. And, you got to look at it. We go back to September, man. Tennessee did not have a commitment in September, October, November. A lot of negativity. Everybody's saying always the bridesmaid, never the bride. Can this coaching staff close? Why are guys like Kai Bates, Cam Michael, some of these prospects going elsewhere? But I think when you sit back and you look at the grand overall scheme of things, when you look at what they've added in the class of 24, the percentage of blue chip prospects, when you look at what they were able to do in the transfer portal, when you look at what they were able to do with the COVID seniors, right? I think it starts there. It's not 2017 anymore. It's 2023. Recruiting, college football is so much different, and being able to go and recruit a guy like Cooper Mays to come back for one last ride, being able to go recruit a guy like Javonte Spraggins, like John Campbell. You're returning your entire offensive line in 2024. I think you can't let that go unnoticed. I know Kevin Simon, VFL, shout out Kevin Simon. He knows way more than I'll ever know about the game of college football. But he was out there putting kind of a negative spin, saying he thought that coming off of the 2022 season, winning 11 games, Orange Bowl victory, that recruiting would kind of take off and skyrocket. Doesn't really feel that's the case. He's saying that, Nico may struggle because he's a first-time starter. I don't buy in to that train of thought. I think this coaching staff has done a good job. Could recruiting in the class of 23, could recruiting in the class of 24 have been better? Maybe. But I'm satisfied when you look at the whole picture, right? Let's look back at the roster management. Let's not just look at the class of 24 and the stupid rankings and the stupid numbers, because when you look at the percentage of blue-chip prospects, this coaching staff did a dang good job. When you look at the COVID seniors coming back, this coaching staff did a dang good job. When you look at the transfer portal, going in and being able to close on guys like Holden Stace, the number one tight end in the portal. You got the number one guy at a position of need. That's huge. Adding Jamal McKinley this morning. If you missed his commitment, transferring from Oregon State to Tennessee, made a video on him this morning. Position of need. That's huge. Jacoby Thomas, the safety from MTSU, position of need. That excites me. And I know we went through that drought, but you've been able to add a couple of guys here down the stretch. First and foremost, you were able to add Jamal Wallace, 3-star edge rusher from the JUCO ranks. We got to take a look at this. I like me some Jamal Wallace, and I watched this clip over and over and over. He commits assault in this video. Let's take a watch at what Jamal Wallace is going to bring to the table. Watch him on the bottom of the screen right here. That's assault. That's a crime. That is a crime. Watch him. He does it again right here. The level of physicality, and I know he's listed as an edge guy. Interesting story, man. He is an interesting story. I'm wondering if he is coming in to play that defensive end position opposite of James Pierce. Listed as 6'4", 270 pounds. Speaking of Jamal Wallace, he's going to be on the show with us live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. He wants Vol Nation to know who he is as a player on the field and off the field. So he's going to be right here on the Talkin VAWLS Network tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Come hang out with us. Going to be a good time getting to know one of Tennessee's newest commits. So he's going to be in the house, and you guys will be able to interact with him. Looking forward to that. He was reaching out on Twitter saying, where should I go hang out? You guys show up, show out, show love like you always do. And he wants to come hang out on the Talkin VAWLS Network. But again, we're wrapping up early signing day. Does that mean it's over? No, it doesn't. There's a signing day period in February. Tennessee will still have a shot. And this tweet went out from Steve Wiltfong about an hour or two ago. You can see here, 5-star defensive lineman Dominic McKinley will not sign during the early signing period. His mother tells 247 Sports he'll take officials to LSU and Tennessee in January. FaceTime with Steve Sarkisian this week. So that's what we're going to talk about here. Can Tennessee add another 5-star in this class of 24? How does that change your mind? How does that change your opinion? Does that negativity quickly start to turn positive? We're going to talk about it, but as always, do me a favor, smash the thumbs up just below this video. It is quick, it is free, and it is easy, and it also helps this channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you're new to the Talkin VAWLS Network, welcome. We're not experts. We're not insiders. We're not media. We don't pretend to be. This channel is for the fans, by the fans. It is built by the fans. It is funded by the fans. If you like what we do, make sure you subscribe. Click that bell for notifications. You're not going to miss out when we go live or when we drop a video. Again, we're going to be live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern Time. Should be a good time talking with Jamal Wallace, and then we'll also get into early signing day. We'll go through Tennessee's class, talk about some of the guys we're excited about, some of the guys that we think could possibly be featured as true freshmen going into this 2024 season. But let's get into it, and let's talk about about Dominic McKinley. If you're not familiar with him, you can see the profile from On3 there on the screen. 6'5", 280 pounds out of Louisiana. He's a top 30 prospect, comes in 27th nationally according to the On3 industry rankings. Also listed as a top 5 defensive lineman, number 1 player out of the state of Louisiana. Now you can see they're committed to Texas A&M, but we're seeing a lot of movement down there, right? We're seeing a lot of movement from Texas A&M, whether that be decommits or guys entering the transfer portal. Why is that? Well, obviously Jimbo Fisher out the door, staff turnover. Their defensive line coach ultimately ends up at Syracuse, so we're seeing a lot of movement there. Is Syracuse going to be a team to keep an eye on here with the recruitment from Dominic McKinley? But let's talk about who he is as a player. The scouting report from 247 Sports, because when you look at what Tennessee has added in this class of 24, they got a lot of guys at that edge position, and that seems to be where Rodney Garner's finding the most success. Got Jordan Ross, 4-star edge rusher, was a 5-star, still think he's a 5-star. You've also got some other guys here listed in the class of 24. Kellen Lindstrom, also a 4-star edge rusher, 6'6", 240 pounds. And, of course, the guy I just mentioned earlier, Jamal Wallace, 6'4", 270 pounds, also listed as an edge rusher. I'd be excited to talk to him tonight and see what he has to say about what position he could ultimately end up at. Carson Gentle, 6'4", 236, listed as a defensive lineman. So when you look across the board, Tennessee's really missing that big guy on the inside. Could Dominic McKinley be that guy listed at 6'5", 280? But the scouting report on him, this is from Gabe Brooks over at 247 Sports. He is a national scouting analyst. This was from August the 30th. It says, classic, tall, big-frame defensive lineman with immense bulking capacity and personnel flexibility, great height and length, owns physical traits to take on blocks to free up teammates, but functional athleticism that fuels impact, playmaking, and production. Point of attack titan with stack and shed strength, flashes double team, beating brute force. Punches with power, rocks big blockers on their heels, shows impressive pursuit range and closing athleticism relative to size. Impact plays not only include sacks and TFLs, but a pair of screen pass interceptions in the 2022 season. Goes on to say also a volume tackler, rallies back into plays, throw around strength combines with promising redirecting quickness to create a terror on the defensive interior. Checks the multi-sport box with encouraging junior shot put numbers. Short area explosiveness corresponds on the field. Naturally high center of gravity, sometimes compromises leverage. Plays with active, heavy hands, but will need to expand moveset as a pass rusher and develop secondary rush plan. Entering senior season of high school, looks like one of the nation's top defensive linemen, possesses coveted combination of measurables, athleticism, and production, projects as a potential high major impact player with an NFL draft early round schedule. That is the scouting report from 247 Sports on Dominic McKinley here. And so again, you know, he's a guy that's committed to Texas A&M. I made a video on him, I think, a week ago, and the big question was, could Tennessee get him to push off signing the papers? Tennessee actually went in-home back on December 11th. Tim Banks was there. Rodney Garner was also on hand to visit with Dominic McKinley, scheduled to officially visit Tennessee on January the 20th. So that is scheduled. That will be one to keep an eye on. Here is what happened from 247 Sports in regards to Dominic McKinley, whether or not he would sign the paperwork. His mother told 247 Sports, no chance of that. So again, he's going to take an official visit to LSU on January the 12th, and then he's going to follow that up the weekend, January 19th and 20th at Tennessee. Goes on to say here, Oklahoma head coach Brent Venables and the Sooner staff went in home this past Thursday. The mom said that was a fun visit. It was good. Oklahoma is just genuine people. Oklahoma, Texas, Ohio State, and Texas A&M all got summer official visits. Texas head coach Steve Sarkisian FaceTime with McKinley on Tuesday night. Here's the quote from his mother. Says he's just processing everything, and that's why he's not going to sign. He's waiting for February. So can Rodney Garner reel in the big fish? Can Rodney Garner do what Rodney Garner does? He's the best defensive line coach in the country. It's very typical for Coach G to go get one of these guys at the final hour. Will Dominic McKinley be that guy for this class of 2024? I would say we will see some names pop up over the next month or two as we approach that signing day period in February. But hit the comment section. Let me know your thoughts. Hope to see you guys live tonight, 7 p.m. Eastern time. Again, we'll be hanging out for a little bit with Jamal Wallace, and then we'll jump into our regular signing day show. As always, do me a favor and smash a thumbs up on the way out the door. Think about hitting that join button down below. If you like the content, the live streams, the videos, the community aspect, whatever it is you like about this channel, think about hitting that join button and donating $1 a month. Like I said earlier in the video, this is fan-funded. We cannot do it without you, so we appreciate your support. Go check out the merch. You guys know where. The link is in the description below. But that is going to do it for this one. This is the Talkin VAWLS Network. My name is Boogie Bentley. Go Big Orange.